But
I always forget neutral.
Okay, but we're going into game 2. Rest well, Benji. Thank you for coming on
thank you
and
very
joining
much,
us.
and big shout outs to Mike Permaces and also 4beats for casting this game. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it a lot. All right. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, do you think No Limits, No Limits is kind of the draft that I'm most interested in this game, because that was such like a specific strategy going
Right?
on.
Like, is that can't be like and that's coming from a team that last picks mid patch, so I don't really know what the plan is for No Limits.
There are no limits to what they can and can't do.
Thank you. Okay, but they have a replacement as well. I think one turn Q, Deslada, is replaced by Kid Magic. So
Oh, so there's 2 replacements here. Okay.
yeah. So for 1Anchor and 4LostAtSea, it is Nico kneecaps. I really wish I didn't need to say that, but Nico kneecaps replacing bench. We're gonna have to see whether he can make up, not really make up, but like fill big shoes, because like honestly speaking, I think that was a difficult game for 1Anchor and 4LostAtSea to play past the 10-minute mark, just because of how the game went, right? But I think all the players really did like their best, even though Lobby didn't really have a good game and we were like ragging on him a bit. Like at the like nearing to like the mid game and the end of the game, he was really doing his job, like doing everything that he could, but it just wasn't enough, right? So
I think that's a game that you come out of and you're not feeling too bad.
Yeah, as it's like you can write it off as like we fumbled the early game and that led to like the insurmountable lead, right? It's a bit hard to come back from that. Taking a lot of time on this first ban actually. The ban is PA from No Limits, and I gotta say though, I also want to commend Vicromon, because I think even though he fumbled a bit of those cursors, he still was very integral in keeping the fights in the like on actual like
duo.
The support duo really doing a ton. If I had to pick, I'd like to see like a partner hero for Chio. Like I feel like Chio was trying to make moves by himself, right? But then he gets punished by like Shadow Merc and Ezreal coming in to help Slaymate. I want to see a hero picked for Nico, or maybe Vicromon that can partner up with. It could even be a Lorbit's hero, right? Partner up with Chio and make moves on the map, because I feel like they didn't have that ability in that game.
Yeah,
it's just Chio having to set up everything, right? Oh, yeah, you would like to see. Sorry, I don't know what we're gonna see, because 35 seconds left for the first ban. What is going on? Is he lagging? What?
Is the chat? Is there anything in the chat? No. Oh, everyone's disconnected.
Oh.
This is a remake, I think.
Is it a remake?
We missed the remake? I hope we didn't miss the remake.
Did we? I don't think we would. Everyone disconnected. What?
Yeah, this is a remake.
Okay, I'll try and find the lobby then.
Rufio's still in main menu, so I think you just gotta find the lobby.
Yeah, I got it. Are you in with me or not?
No, I am not.
Ooh, okay, I'll leave and come back then. Are you in my party?
Yeah, I'm in your party.
That's weird. I just joined the lobby. Why didn't you join? What the heck? Benji just redeemed Cantonese for a minute. Do I actually speak Cantonese for a minute?
No, I didn't hear any Cantonese.
Okay, I guess I need to speak Cantonese for a minute. Sorry, Beats.
No, that's okay.
Okay, 我哋依家入嗰個 lobby 啦。
Okay, I'm in the lobby now.
Okay, 咁我哋一齊 join. I don't know what I'm supposed to. 我唔知我應該講啲咩啊，but 冇人會明白我講緊咩啊，所以有啲冇咩大分別咯。大哥 Beast just not responding to the Cantonese.
Big Cantonese. I just like listening to it. I like an inflection-based language.
你中意我依家講緊嘢，你中意啊 ？OK， 我哋依家有嗰個coin flip 啊，嗰個 coin flip no limit 攞咗個 coin flip， 咁佢 佢哋贏咗，佢哋依家好似 Chio 話佢需要佢想第二揀，所以我哋依家入到個第二個 game 啦，就咁樣開始啦。I think that's been 1 minute, right?
Yeah, that's definitely been a minute.
Okay,
I
thank
will
God.
say one of my favorite things, one of my little joys that you have in this world, right? That get you through the day. This is such a hard world, and you just need these little.
Dude, where is
things
this
to get
coming
through.
from? Why are you starting?
Yeah, no. This is a
What
positive
the-
thing.
Okay.
It's when I'm listening to any it especially seems to come out in like Asian languages,
Yeah.
like Cantonese and like Japanese. It's just, you hear them speaking, and then you get a little flavor of English when they have to say a proper noun, and
Yeah.
it always is just a little joy.
Like when I said no limit, 贏咗個 coin toss.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, it's my English ears are like, they perk up and they're like, ooh,
I know that word.
I know what that means.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we kind of lost a bit of the remake there, but it's this time it's a Slada ban out. Gotta say, even though it's Kid Magic this time, that Slada really put a like, I don't know, like they picked the CK into the Slada and that really didn't work out for them. But it's such a strong laner and locks out a lot of melee carries, and it's the PA Bloodseeker ban again.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about his performance that game, but he was owning. I think
Waste
he was one of the
manager?
heroes that he didn't really overextend. Yeah, he didn't overextend
Yeah.
as much as some like when they were ahead. He was playing still very well.
I think he also did a very good job of being very clean. Every single time we saw the initiation from the side of No Limits, it would be Shadow Merc in with the charge and instantly the stun follow up. He was always ready, like finger on the button. So
He was
I mean,
also very good at holding his blink as well. Like
Yeah.
there were a lot of fights I was watching where he would just hold his blink for a decent amount of time, and then when he
Yeah.
would commit, it would be like the exact moment he needed to.
yeah, it's always that's the scary type of Slada that you don't want to play against, right? Because if the Slada, we always talk about blink initiators, right? Like
Yeah.
Sand King, Centaur, that kind of thing. You always expect them to blink in stun and start the fight, but the scariest ones are when they can just get away with holding their blink, because then it can just come out at any point in time and you don't know, like at any part of the fight. That's the scariest thing. But No Limits get their hand on this lich that Benji was talking about. This is a Ezreal Siggy. They banned the AA and the Slada, so they immediately respect ban the two heroes that kind of gave them so much grief in the opening earlier on. And this time it's the Spirit Breaker that they'll pick up for themselves. You know, maybe we've really underestimated this Spirit Breaker hero, because throughout all the games that we've casted so far, it seems like it's a very high contention pick, and it always seems to, you know, even though it doesn't really get off in the early game, it still ends up being really strong, right?
For sure.
Yeah, I think one of the games we casted yesterday, I can't remember which team it was, but like the charge through, like after the Sand King stun, that was insane.
And I'm excited. I'm excited to see, like, I don't know. This almost doesn't feel like a. So you pick Spirit Breaker in the last game. We're gonna take it away from you. This doesn't seem like a deny pick. This seems like a fun pick. Like they're like, if that hero looked like a lot of fun to play, and now we wanna get our hands on it.
Right. Okay, so they say nice deny, well played. I think it's yeah, the Spirit Breaker definitely a very strong pick for Shadow Merc over here, but they end up picking Punch instead. I wonder whether this will be a mid Punch, but I think with how early it's being picked, it's most likely going to be an off lane or a position 4. I'm just trying to wonder what they see in the Punch. It might be a comfort hero, but I don't really get what it brings to this draft right now.
Yeah.
The Grimstroke kind of screws the Punch over as well, just because of the fact that
I think it's a good pick. Yeah. The Grimstroke.
yeah, the Grimstroke and it does so well with the Spirit Breaker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, did you tweet the stream at all?
Yeah, I did. But I have no friends and nobody.
I'm gonna give it a
I tweeted. Do you need the link to the tweet?
Tune in for game 2.
Only 10 seconds.
Yeah.
5
So we see the Doom ban because of the Fear Grimstroke double Doom combo, right? So this might be the direction that they're trying to go. They ban the Wraith King again. Very interesting. This might be just a hero that they don't like playing against, dealing the 2 lives.
Lots of carry bans again.
Yeah. Morphling and PL. These are pretty solid bans all around because they are quite sticky to deal with, especially if you're Spirit Breaker and Grimstroke, you can't really do anything against them. It's always this scary bit, right, when you're playing these kind of supports where you don't have a lot of illusion clear or like sustained damage and then you're up against a Morphling. It really puts a lot of pressure on the rest of your draft to do that, and then you're kind of locked into a corner.
5 seconds remain.
So can I tell you a pick I really like for Anchor right now?
Alright, let's hear it.
And I know you know, I'm a broken record, but I really love Spectre here. I think Spectre plus Spirit Breaker with the Ags on Spectre gives you a lot of potential to be all over the map. I think you don't really care about Pudge too much as Spectre. Because you kind of do more damage to him with Dispersion than he does to you with Rot. And,
Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't feel good to stand there and like hook and bite a Spectre just because she's so tanky.
Yeah. And you can get on top of this Lich and you can kill this Lich before he's able to get anything off in fights.
I'm really curious. I'm really so curious about this Pudge pick because it feels not the best. Both supports that have been picked have easy ways of cancelling Dismember, right? Like, and the Grimstroke doesn't even have to put himself at risk to do so.
10 seconds to pick.
Yeah, I really wonder what this Pudge is meant to do,
5
but
seconds.
we shall see.
I guess yeah. It's an open pick. I mean, I guess maybe
The only thing I can think about is Comfort because they have played it on Slaymate mid, so it might be
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a Siggy, but the Sand King ban coming out. We saw this Sand King Spirit Breaker combo come out in one of the games that we cast. Didn't really. I think it didn't really work out, but maybe they watched that game too and they're like, oh dear, we don't want to play against this. The Void ban this time. Okay, Shadow Demon is the pick.
So are they? I don't know. I think maybe you go the setup before you go the. I don't really see any setup here. Is this maybe a Shadow Demon mid?
I would think it's a Spirit Breaker offlane instead, honestly.
Okay, but hear me out, right? So maybe this is a Pudge mid, and this Shadow Demon could do some serious work.
No,
On
okay.
his Pudge.
No, so I am fine with Shadow Demon mid, but I just feel like it doesn't really do anything special in this draft right now.
Okay.
Like if I'm thinking Shadow Demon mid, Spirit Breaker and Grimstroke are not the two heroes I'm thinking about.
Yeah. So
Like,
we're,
it doesn't
we're like,
really feel like it fits right now. I think they're just worried and they want a bit of save for like maybe the Jug. Actually, I don't know how I feel about the Jug. The silence is always annoying, right?
yeah.
Dire team.
Yeah, and the bash as well. Like you're not gonna be able to spin TP in this game.
And Rubik. Anytime you got good spells like Grimstroke and Shadow Demon, you just take them for yourself.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
good
looking
Rubik.
a bit like it could be a mid Pudge actually, or maybe even a mid Rubik.
Yeah, it's kind of open right now. The only hero that you're really quite sure of is the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
For both teams,
5
like
seconds remain.
both teams could flex all of these heroes.
Or it could be like a Thompson mid Grimstroke kind of situation.
Mhm.
That could be a bit strange.
I still really like the Spectre here. You know what? I also don't really mind. It kind of isn't great against the Pudge, but Rufio does play a pretty mean Drow.
Oh, you know him?
I think with this, and I think with the setup that they have, this could be a good Drow game. Like you have enough frontline, just with the Spirit Breaker.
I'm just treating this like a movie, man. I'm just like leaning back and watching the draft slowly. Like it's pretty. I have no idea what's going on, to be honest with you.
I feel like we're Nancy Drew looking for clues right now to figure out where these heroes are going.
Yeah, I literally. I mean, Monkey King most definitely their carry. I'm gonna
I
bet.
think it has to be this game.
But what is
So what is
this?
the Shadow Demon for though? Is it
Yeah,
just
like
for-
no. Yeah, I don't get what this Shadow Demon pick is for. Like,
10 seconds to
I,
pick.
okay, so let's talk about what it does bring, right? Talk about what it does bring. Brings a very strong perch, so it's a very strong anti carry. Has a save, so that might be what they're looking for against a Pudge or like a Lich. But it doesn't really feel like it threatens like I'm playing on the side of no limits, right? And I see this Shadow Demon, I'm not really that scared, you know. There's not.
That's bad.
And the Shadow and the Demonic Punch doesn't really matter when you're like Omni slashing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't think so. Dire Radiant, they don't no limits. They're gonna pick their mid. I think. When you see the TA ban like this, I think
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
setting up.
10 seconds to pick.
Unless, I mean, the TA is kind of good against. No,
The TA isn't even that good
that's,
against.
Yeah, that's a really bad matchup. Yeah.
No, as in TA isn't. I don't think TA is that good for Chio, but I guess they don't want to give him like a carry mid that he can like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really.
a little worried about this Monkey King with Pudge in the game though.
Yeah, but once again, like we talked about, I like this drafting style because Monkey King, once again, another hero that can cancel a Pudge dismember with his stun. Right? And I think it's also pretty cool because if the Monkey King is jumping around in the trees, there is nothing on the side of No Limits that can catch him right now.
Yeah,
And they recognize this, right? So they ban out the park.
Yeah, I think this also maybe indicates that they're looking for a mid. So
Dyer's back.
this
And
is
Art Warden
some
is the
serious
ban.
pub pick order.
Yeah, right? What's going on? It looks like he wanted the Art Warden as the last pick, which would have been really smart.
So what do you think is the final pick for
don't-
anchors? I think it might be the more obvious one to pick.
I think it's a mid, and I think it's gonna be a spirit.
5 seconds. Hurry.
Just
That's
because
very
of
fast. That is
just-
a very fast lineup.
Yeah, just because of the fact that with a spirit is a perfect Grimstroke partner. The only thing I don't know 100% is like, okay, I'm putting my bets on Void Spirit.
I think it would be a good pick. I think it forces you to play very, very fast. But honestly, the way Juggernaut is played now, it does take him a long time to scale. compared
Exactly.
to
So you
other
can
patches.
really run them down
can
because
kind
the
of
punch
scale
is like, the thing is, if you play run at you, right, they like No Limits actually can't do things. One thing about Rubik, okay, it's a tiny pick.
I think it's really good. I think this also like the Pudge can really mess up the Monkey King. You can just kind of burst this guy down before
Right.
he's able to get Jingu.
But here's the issue: how do they catch the Monkey King?
I guess.
How do they ever catch the Monkey King? And even if they do catch the Monkey King, right, you have the Shadow Demon behind him.
Yeah.
So I'm like a bit concerned because I feel like if they pick a Spirit here, they can play really fast. And this Spirit Breaker, like, barring a terrible lane, like, the Monkey King can even go mid and then against Tiny, which could be a decent matchup. And then they could pick a safe laner here that works. But they can play a really fast like run at you lineup here. It can be really scary for No Limits because Lich and Rubik very, very strong supports in terms of control and spells and damage. But what they lack is when you run at them, they have to decide, am I going to try and run away or am I going to cast my spells? They can only pick one. So that basically nullifies two heroes on the team. A Pudge is a hook and rod. But if he gets run down, he's not very good either. And the jump, like you said, takes a lot to scale, right? After he uses, and it's the Ursa. I have a feeling it's going to be the mid. Yeah, this is a nice. I like this lineup a lot from the side of 1Anchor of 4LostAtSea. One thing about Tiny that we saw is that he can deal an absurd amount of damage and both physical and magical, right? So it's a bit hard to sometimes get a hero that might have enough resistances around that. But with Ursa, it's just a flat magic, like it's just a flat damage reduction.
Yeah.
You cannot.
I do really love this this pause 3 Spirit Breaker. It's a position we have not seen yet.
We might have a bit of a switch up going on here because it's a Lich position 5 100%, but we don't know where the rest of the heroes are going. This time it's B on the Rubik, Shadowmurk is on the Tiny, Slaymate is on Pudge. We've already seen Slaymate play the Pudge mid, so it might be a Pudge mid here. And that's the thing.
How do you like the Pudge Ursa matchup? I think it's Ursa favored, right?
It's atrocious for Pudge, yeah.
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 I think this is a really good Ursa pick. I think this reinforces the idea that they want to play just very in your face.
There's nothing that Rubik like I like this draft from Chio because it's very clear that he's as in, I'm sure he's thought about it. I don't mean to belittle him, but like you can tell the immediate adjustment. Monkey King and Ursa, these are not two heroes that Rubik Pudge. Like basically they hate to deal with these heroes. Yeah,
this feels like a lot more of a reactive draft.
But it still comes together in a way that kind of like allows them to play fast, which I really, really like. So I think I'm gonna have to favor 4 Anchors. And also Benji, he kind of gave them the seal of approval, said they're gonna bring it back, I believe. I want Lobby to have like a standout performance because I feel like he didn't get to play the game at all. But we're into game 2 of No Limit versus 1Anchor and 4LostAtSea. Game 1, No Limit were able to take it in like a stunning bout of like 50 minutes worth of crazy team fights. But now we have on the side of No Limits leading the team as the drafter. This time it's gonna be Rubik. He has a Quelling Blade, so maybe this is just against the Monkey King. We don't know what position he's playing yet. He has 4 Iron Branches, so we'll have to see. But it's B on the Rubik. It's Azrael in Crimson on his signature Lich that has been first phase banned or first phase picked for him. Meanwhile, we have Kid Magic, the stand-in, coming in on this job. It looks like it's going to be the carry with the Quelling Blade and 2 Iron Branches. And we have Shadow Merc, the Spirit Breaker from the last game, going with a similar crazy all-in run at you burst hero. Tiny on the position 4 most likely, and Slay Mate on his part. She played it mid previously or off lane, I'm not too sure. But yeah.
The Tiny has a Quelling Blade.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that
but
might be position 3.
yeah, but that's also okay. Yeah, Slay Mate could be position 4. But yeah, looks like they've major switched up positions here. Shall I introduce the anchors as well, or you want to do that?
I'll do the anchors. So you have Rufio playing this one position Monkey King. You have Chayo on the mid Ursa. You've got Lorbid hoping to see maybe a better game for him on the Spirit Breaker, and they're gonna get the hook off onto him. So
it literally nothing
he
happens.
should be okay. There's no really follow out. Yep.
A bit of a, I would say a bit of a blunder there, because if Ezreal and Crimson was in position, it might have been a follow up, like the slow into the chase. But I don't think they get him either way. He started with the boots. He's really quick and speedy. Yeah, sorry, you.
Nico is on the Grimstroke, and he's the stand-in for this game. And then you have Vikromond holding it down on the position 5 on the Shadow Demon. Kind of an interesting pick.
Yeah, maybe it's just a comfort pick, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
do you think do you think it's good against this Tiny though? Once this Tiny gets tree, like it could be some
I think
serious
it's
damage
kind of
coming up
annoying.
usually.
Oh, okay, so Chio actually deciding to go with not the mid Ursa, but it's the mid Monkey King. He's playing the position 1 this time, and it's Rufio on mid Monkey King against mid Rubik. What do you think about this one?
I think they should go even here.
Yeah.
The Rubik can kind of negate his damage a little bit, but once that's done, Rufio's just gonna be able to pretty much get every last hit. So
Yeah, as in he
there's gonna
can
be
just eventually run
ebbs
him
and
down,
flows
right?
to this. Yeah.
Okay.
There's gonna be ebbs and flows to this matchup. Really hard.
Okay, so top lane, I expect this to be firmly in the favor of the anchors, because this Ursa is just such a powerhouse early on, and you know you kind of need to get this tree grab as Tiny to farm since you're playing a core, right? So that's just not as much combo damage as you otherwise would have liked. We see some action at bot with spin coming down from Kid Magic. Lorbit, is he gonna fall again? First blood yet again onto Lorbit by Kid Magic. This is not the start you want after that already. Honestly, quite sad first game. Like now it's not gonna look too good. We talked about how this Spirit Breaker is such a strong hero, but if you fall behind early, the scaling is one of the biggest things. Very nice play from Nico to hold the creep wave for him so he can get a bit of recovery, but that's definitely not what you want to see from your offlane Spirit Breaker.
And this is gonna delay his level 2 quite a bit too.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets it off of this creep wave.
No, he does.
so
He
they
does.
might
There's
be able to go
way
in
too
for that
many.
same-
There's way too many.
Oh, the range creeps.
Yeah, 3 range creeps. But that's not what you want to see. Like, you kind of gotta like come back like with a statement, man. And getting first blood again really isn't the play. But a hook out from Slaymate just to farm up that big camp, maybe. I guess he doesn't. It's a bit strange because you think he might want to pull here to pull the lane back into a nice position for him. But Chio making it go onto Shadow Mode right now. Not much he can do. Slaymate bodyguarding. Going for a fast Soul Ring, and Vikromon on meanwhile actually not casting a lot of Shadow Poisons onto this wave. Maybe he doesn't want to push it out because of the good positioning. But that's kind of one of the tough parts about Shadow Demon, right? He actually banishes this patch here. It looks like they're trying to make a go onto Slaymate, but yeah, getting blocked up by his own illusions. Not going to be able to complete that, that aggressive move there. Does scare him away a little bit, but yeah, but he's so tanky with the 2 gauntlets, right, and the armor.
Yeah. Yep. Rufio's looks like he's gonna go straight for the Echo Saber. I really like this.
Yeah.
You need some way to match the aggression of the rest of your team.
Yeah.
So
I mean, what
even
else would you
skipping
go here? What do you think?
I guess you could go like for a Orb of Corrosion and maybe try to gank a little more. But you're not. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't think you're fighting enough to just.
I
avoid it.
like all of corrosion, but I just thought maybe Ursa would go for that, but nice little bounty steal from Vicromon, making the rotation down because his Ursa is just fine by himself. Yeah, take a look at the bot side. Lobbit just going for a win lace, just maximizing his move speed. The charge in
Gotta go in on the
Ezreal,
Lich here.
and the ink swell is gonna pop, and they're
Pretty
gonna
good.
yeah. Oh wait,
Oh,
the
he
base?
misses.
No way. No, he
Oh,
actually gets,
no.
and he can actually spin on him. This level 2 spin
Oh,
right now.
that-
Nico is gonna fall. That mistake is huge. Just a little bit of a misplaced inks. That was a kill. That was a kill. That is a disastrous start. For that's
But
not.
that's what they needed to get back into this lane, and and this
Yeah.
is just going to give Kid Magic so much space too.
Yeah, Kid Magic has the boot just to mirror, just to keep running him down and slicing up that beef.
He is in carry heaven right now.
Yeah, Rufio though he could get really scary, but B keeping up very nicely with the last hits. You know, yeah, I don't know, this mid Rubik's kind of still keeping up in farm, which is very surprising. I thought this Monkey King would start to bully him out with the boots, considering he doesn't even have the boots himself. Went for the bottle, but it's gonna get a nice refill with the water rune right now. This bot lane is not looking too good for. This
Yeah,
is,
I don't know if they can go for that play a second time.
The thing is, the junk is kind of weak earlier on, right? Like the scaling is where he kind of gets a bit scary. Oh, he can charge. He doesn't have mana for it. He doesn't have the mana. Not like this. A bit of disconnect coming out. Maybe Benji mentioned like this is the first time they're playing together in the stack. That might be coming into play here because we can see the disconnect and the like maybe a bit of miscommunication coming out in the laning stage. Lobbit, he's gonna get blasted again, but not much to amount from that. Okay, the
Yeah,
one saving grace though is Chio. I'd argue to say I think he's their highest MMR player as well, but he's really he really put on a performance on that Kanka, even though he made a few blunders in the early mid game. But he really kind of kept his team in it and did what he had to do. I'm definitely gonna be looking at him to kind of push the issue in this game as the Ursa, right? Like get those kills, run at them, and then get that early Roche and really like push the tempo.
And him and Rufio are both having a really good time. And these are two heroes that I think, unlike the Jug, like when Ursa and when Monkey King get a and they're gonna go in on Vicromon.
Okay.
He should be okay here.
Fairy Fires banishes. Chio turning back around, kind of getting blocked right now. Shadowbird doesn't have any mana to work with. He can actually run him down with the Earthshot slow. He doesn't have a hook to save him. Tries to slow him with the rod.
There's a lot of
Shadowbird falling
damage
really
coming
low
from
and gets ripped apart by Chio. And he can
Yeah, he
even
might be
keep
able
going.
to
He has the overpower. Gonna cut down the tree for vision and double kill for Chio. You love to see it. Pops the ulti just to keep some health for himself. I guess he didn't really need to because he had the cell, but you know, try to save as much resources as possible. And yeah, wonderful, like nice bait from Vicromon, kind of putting them in a weird position where, you know, they got banished. Maybe Shadowbird thinking he could get the kill, but you know, caught in between, you know, Angry Bear. Like, don't hurt my support, my friend.
The banish is really good in this lane because
Rufio?
it gives your Ursa time to react.
Oh, Rufio, just a bit. Oh, this DD, this Rubik's really beating into this Monkey King way more than I expected. But Hook actually lands on the Chio and the stun. Is he gonna toss back onto the punch? But I don't think they can fight this Ursa here. He's so strong. I mean, he does fall a little bit low. Doesn't have the enrage up, but it's not something they have nearly enough damage for. Meanwhile, Lobbit and Nico once again looping behind because what else can they do? Looks like they're gonna try and farm this small camp, which could be a nice little boost for them. Let's take a look at the last hits. Rufio and B still neck and neck, followed by you know, the two carries and two off laners. All things balanced as it should be.
Yeah, and Kid Magic not having the as good of a lane as we were kind of saying. I mean, he's still doing really well, but
yeah, no, as in this is just the downfall of the jug, right? Like, as in you're in a good position, but it doesn't mean by any chance you're like really pushing the issue like this Ursa is. Because if this Ursa presses his like he's going into the Awe of Corrosion, but if he just runs at Shadowbird has to walk away. But it's not really so much on the same case. But we see Kid Magic doesn't have enough mana to follow up though, and the Inkswell pops, but to no avail. Kid Magic just A-okay right now. Carry heaven, as you say. This is just as about as good as it can be for a jug, realistically. Like without like Lobby really running it down or something like that.
Yeah, and hopefully Dire. Oh, so they get the
hook, but it doesn't matter. He has the enrage.
Yeah.
And he has the stun, but
Slaymate might just be dead here.
yeah, Stalemate is gone. Stalemate is gone.
It just
Slaymate is
one hit
gone.
each grenade.
Oh,
Yep.
blocked by Shadow Merc, not like this. And the charge coming in from across the map onto Lorbit Anchor, abandoning the lane, giving it to Nico a bit. But this is very nice charge because it's not being traced right now. Shadow Merc has no idea this is coming. He doesn't have enough mana to react. They're starting to ping it. Ezreal is calling it out, and they must know at this point the stun doesn't pop his soul ring. But the banish as well gets Chio enough space to get on top of him. Oh, and the last hit just... Oh! The hook just a little bit off. B making the rotation top. But doesn't manage to get on top of anyone. Oh, he could make a jump onto Chio here. But they have to know this... Okay, but he still has Enrage. Enrage, pop,
he's fine.
going on to BO, but B has his own Enrage. Pops it as well. Chio falling low.
No, he's gonna go down here.
Oh, the
he
dodge!
dodges.
With the earth shot, Slaymate not gonna be able to finish it off. Easiest
This guy's
money
a
of his
dog.
life. Wonderful dodge by Chio here, narrowly escaping
I wish I
death.
could tip him.
Can we? Oh, we
No.
can't. Oh, feels bad, man. But what a wonderful play from Chio, really putting the team on his back, even when the rest of them are kind of struggling. Rufio gonna TP top here. Narrow miss from B from Boundless Strike. You know, he's not the Monkey King player, so you know it's gonna take him a while to get used to that one. But Rufio getting out of his life a little bit. Yeah, Max Jingu against Rubik, quite surprising because usually sometimes you see the 3 dance Max to amplify the farming, right? Maybe that could have put him in a really good spot where he can farm like the small camp and stuff like that. But Chio actually chooses the TP bot, wants to put in the pressure onto Kid Magic, but they see him with a ward, they see him running down, and Kid Magic's just gonna smartly walk away from the angry bear.
And
Rufio
Shadow
to
Merc is
fall.
able to, on the other side, get a return kill on the
Okay,
Monkey King.
stun,
And they might be able to get Orbit here too.
B. Lobby is not as strong as he... Oh,
Yeah.
but the Fate Bolt just finishing him off. Brokemon coming in, but Kid Magic is here to mirror the move, and Slaymate going like, my friend, move away, let me do the hook. Doesn't even need it, just gets stunned and charged, and they're gonna be pressuring this tower. Meanwhile, B TPing back to mid to sap up that juicy EXP and stop the cannon wave. It just feels 3 members of the anchors falling in succession right now. It really feels like once again the onus is on Chio to make things happen. Rufio, despite his early game lead, kind of made a bit of a blunder maybe.
No, they might be able to get this Rubik here though.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No,
but
but
the
he has
charge.
charge.
Beautiful.
That's huge. And he gets away scot-free. This is starting to snowball a little bit in Limit's favor yet again.
So I wanted to say we were kind of confused about it a little bit in the draft. What this Shadow Demon was kind of here for, but we kind of see it in all these fights. The disruption gives this Ursa so much time to walk up and get a full blast and rage off when it pops.
Right. I mean, that obviously works out with the Ursa, right? But they picked it so early on that it was just a bit confusing, right? Maybe they didn't intend it, or maybe it was planned all along, but they do get the Monkey King. Sorry, they do get the Rubik, with the charge in from Lorbit, making the kill happen, you know, showing that he's the better charger after all. This is a really big kill onto this Rubik because so far it's just been having a free old time, level 10, matching Rufio, but you know, a lot more scary early on, especially with the way he's built.
Yeah, and he's gonna have this Echo Saber coming up very, very soon. I think this would be a really good timing for them.
I think this Rubik is buying a Midas.
This is interesting.
I personally wouldn't, because you can just buy like any regular. Okay, wait, they
No one
don't know
knows
he's
Chio's
here.
here.
Oh, they
Yeah,
see
he
him.
knows they're here.
He's going. Oh, and the double stun Ezreal, he can't even get the Chain Frost off, gets silenced immediately, and the Wukong's command being popped from Rufio just completely melts that Rubik, knocks him down 2 times in a row, and that is a huge turnaround, exactly what Anchors needed to put themselves back in the commanding position. But Rufio being hooked out right now, being chain disabled. Shadow Merc still has the stun combo, doesn't throw it until the last moment. Very nice play from him, waiting for this charge to come through, because that's the only thing that could have interrupted this purge, and he waits until the last moment to slot that in. Maybe we're saying this is why, you know, Slaymate is picking this punch. It's just a comfort hero for him and lands that crucial hook onto Rufio. Maybe a bit overzealous from Rufio, standing in his Wukong's command, you know, thinking he can probably get away with it. But, you know, standing still, that's Punch best friend right there.
Yep, and Kid Magic is gonna go straight for the Axe here.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to match the tempo of this Ursa and this Monkey King.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's also because you don't really want to commit an Omni Slash on just to like, or on like a Enraged Ursa or like a Monkey King in Wukong's, right? It doesn't really feel that good. Okay, and the charge through. He's gonna steal the charge, right?
Lobbit has
No,
no
he doesn't.
fear.
Yeah, Lobbit does not care, man. Still working towards that Echo Saber right now. 30 minutes into the game, it looks like No Limit is posturing around this mid tower. They want to take it down. But you know, if Nico here with the max level Stroke of Fate, it's gonna be hard for them to keep their creep wave alive, even with the healing ward. But looks like they're grouping up. Maybe they have a smoke. Nope. TP's to bot. They're gonna try and punish this move, but you know, Chio has already made his way away. Almost has that diffusal, and things are gonna get scary for the side. Like, these are not really heroes that can function without their mana. We see soul rings on both, but the purge as well gonna keep them slowed and easy to kill. And the charge coming in on Kid Magic.
Maybe this is ult. And this
Okay.
is gonna put him a little closer to the tower. Maybe.
Oh, the
he can
bash?
capitalize.
Oh, the silence. It's not gonna come
Yeah.
out. Oh, the hook narrowly misses. Probably wanted to get snag a kill there onto Lobbit, but a bit of a strange one. Committing the ultimate. I thought Nico would be following up with a silence, but I guess maybe just fault or a bit out of range.
Yeah, and I do like the presence of mind from Jug not to ult there. Like, it gives you a little bit more invulnerability, right? He recognizes that they have no follow-up and he can just walk away.
Yeah, so I mean, that's always the Jug story, right? You just spin. Even though he committed like both his BKB piercing and disables on you, that's about it. Like, what else can he do, right? Meanwhile, Rufio just farming up, rushing this BKB. What do you think about this purchase?
I think it's smart here. I think he recognizes that the one thing that can kind of mess him up really bad is any kind of disable or magic, especially coming out from this tiny, is just going to be able to burst him so easily. So I like the pickup here. It allows him to
charge in on the Kid Magic and the chain stun. They're not going to be able to kill him here unless they bash him like 5 times. Is that going to happen? It happens a second. Can we get a third? A charge through. And the hits onto Kid Magic, they actually take him out. The Primal Spring from B, but they see him. They could actually cut this tree down if he's not too careful, but he decides to hop back down. It is the Midas coming out from B. Wants to keep up in levels and gold, maybe. Doesn't want to take away too much farm from his shout, but yeah, I'm not really a big fan of this offlane Tiny, but it's been doing okay so far. Not nearly as much as a carry or a mid Tiny, but working towards that Blink Dagger, that's when the action will really kick off. We've talked about this Lich, but I think with his run at U lineup, he hasn't been really able to play the game that he wants, right? I haven't felt the impact from this Lich as much, and that's not usually something you say because it's not like Lich is that impactful of a single hero, right? Compared to maybe some other picks. But for a first pick worth like position 5, it hasn't really been nearly as strong looking as the AA has. Chio pressuring bot with his newly picked up Diffusal Blade. Very scary right now at level 11. And yeah, top of the net worth chart, even above Rufio. He had such a swell time and it's just been farming away. Interesting that he hasn't put in more points into his Primal Spring because I think that'll help him farm a lot, but I guess not a priority to him right now. Meanwhile, Nico's still on his mid defense duty.
Yeah, and the one bad thing kind of about Dyer's lineup here is you kind of see it there with the bot lane tower not being down yet. Like the tower push just kind of isn't here right now from them. So they're able to put out all this aggression, but it's gonna take a lot for them to. It's gonna take a lot of kills for them to be able to turn that into.
A Chain Frost on 2 melee heroes. That's what you want to see. This Azrael Princess Wet Dream, and he takes out Rufio. Is he even gonna fall? He's not. Oh, and the stolen Spirit Breaker ultimate turns it back onto Lobbit, and the Omni Slash coming out saves himself with the disruption.
Is so good there.
Yeah, but it doesn't end up mattering. They take out 3 kills with ease. Just a bit of a miscommunication and misexecution from that lineup. Oh, Slaymate in with the hook again, and the Dismember Nico kneecaps is going to fall.
Yep.
That was such a good fight from No Limit yet again, and the Monkey King just I don't know, like they're not really fighting together and properly. It feels like they kind of are missing
Chio
their.
wants his tower bot.
Yeah. Wait,
He
Chio?
fortified for it.
Wait, it's dead. That's huge. Are they gonna TP to? It doesn't look like it. Maybe he's a bit scared, but he recognizes they use most of the skills.
No, I don't think they have TP.
Okay, wait, but no, they do.
Kind of
2 TPs in coming in.
gone.
Okay. Doesn't have the Omni. He knows this. He just walks away easily. A very good pressure bot. Bring them back, and Slaymate now left alone. No, he's not gonna get out of that one. The disruption to seal the deal and takes it out. Yeah, Broken One actually takes that kill.
So Chio's going in on Kid Magic bot. He
Okay.
might get the kill here.
Oh?
One more hit.
No way. Oh,
gets it.
chill. Easiest money of his life, and this is the scary thing, right? This big angry bear has been more or less untouched this entire time. Earth shocks into the trees to TP out, very smart from him. If he didn't do that, he would have been caught by B.
Yeah, Chio's had a free time. Like, he gets that tier 1 tower for free, and then he's able to walk all the way to the tier 2 tower and take it down to, like, a 5th HP. Like,
Yeah, he basically almost has gotten it already.
and he kills the carry.
Yeah, like 1-to-1. So Chio really putting the team on his back right now. This entire 3k lead is really on this Ursa alone. As much as Rufio has had a pretty free game, the team fights just haven't really worked out in his favor. I don't really... And it's what we talked about in the draft as well, right? Because even though this like lineup is supposed to play high tempo, they've kind of played it in a very weird like team fighty way where they've not been able to find pickoffs. Maybe because the entire side of No Limit is sticking together so heavily, but they can't really break in and pick off one by one in the way that they like, and that's resulted in B getting like really free steals and turning around fights that he really shouldn't have. Okay, but the charge coming in now, we see it onto Shadow Merc, but being... Okay, no, actually, the charge onto someone else, it's gonna be Kid Magic at the bot side, but
He
meanwhile...
wants to go further.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he can't catch Shadow Merc. I think he... Don't
But
actually
this
know...
is a big timing for them right now. The Rufio gets his BKB on this Monkey King.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. And he
I
has
think this
it just
opens up
about
the
here.
map a lot for them.
Rufio actually just has been farming this part of the map the entire time. Like, the way they've been playing, it doesn't even look like this Monkey King is the carry. It kind of looks like this... it doesn't even look like the Monkey King is the mid. It kind of looks like Chio is the mid as well, but this is what we always talk about, right? The positions seem a bit more flexible. Chio looks comfortable playing this space-making, aggressive pressuring role, and he's definitely done that on the Ursa, but a lot is going to be on his back. He's going to rush his own BKB as well, and that's one of the strengths of the Pudge, Tiny, Lich, and the Rubik. You can't really fight into them if you don't have your BKBs, right? Because the sheer amount of disables that they can steal from you as well as put out themselves, it's just going to make your life so hard as this Ursa.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm curious what you think of like with this BKB on the Monkey King. Does this open up Roshan for Dire's lineup at all?
I don't think so, no. Because they don't really have a good Roche take other than the Ursa. And if the Ursa's not showing on the map, you see they already postured for this. This ward has been up for the past 5 minutes just to spot this out. And it's going to see Chio walk into the, not pit, but walk up towards here. They can prepare for him at this high ground. Hooks forward, Chio, but gets the enrage immediately. But here comes this charge, but gets lifted midway. And the Chain Frost, this is the dream again from Ezreal. He's going to fall so low. Yeah, but they actually both managed to get out alive, and Nico Ni. Oh, but actually, this Shadow Demon manages to finish off the Rubik on the sidelines. Meanwhile, Kid Magic, actually the Omni bounces onto the creeps, doesn't manage to kill him, and he actually gets turned out right now, doesn't have much in way of fighting except for the Omni, but Nico, he's there right to meet him at the backside. A bit of miscommunication here, but it doesn't matter because the spin is already down, the healing wall comes out, but he dies. Ezreal comes in to try and kill his carry, but tells the bear to come a bit closer, he'll gladly do so and take you out. They clip onto Shadow Merc, they see him run into the trees, and they're hungry for blood. He's gonna run up into the trees just soon. Okay, but the blink out doesn't get the vision. Yeah, jumps up but doesn't see him. Very nice fight and very unfortunate Omni jump, and now they can take the Roche. Very nice from Chio to pop that enrage so early on and lob it, even though he gets his charge cancel. We see on the other end of the fight actually the Rubik go down here to the Shadow Demon. I'm not really sure how that happened, but I guess it had to be a combination of Chio as well. And Chio actually gets hooked. Oh, doesn't have the enrage, but
just delaying them, and they should be. It's low enough. They should be able to just take it.
Yeah, there's no way they can come in, and B is not even in position. I think he TP'd bot to try and push out this wave. They more or less have already decided that that's what's gonna... Oh wait, actually, who was it? The first Roche? It's the first Roche, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the first Roche, and yeah, this is what the anchors were playing for this entire time, right? This crazy Roche timing. And Chio's gonna be even scarier than he was before. Even pocketing the Nether Shawl just for additional magic resistance, recognizing the sheer amount of magic damage that can come out from the side of No Limits is gonna be a scary force to boot. Okay, now you have the Aegis on the side of anchors. What do you look to next?
I think you just kind of want to take out the rest of their map. You want to deny the map from this Juggernaut as much as possible, because he is kind of getting to a point where it does take him so long to get online, but he's getting there, and I think
one component away from the X. I actually think he has it already.
Yeah, it's on the courier, I believe.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he goes for next, but typically on Jug, this third item is really when you kind of hit your timing.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out is that the carry to carry matchup, technically it's Chio to this Jug, right? But we saw without the Omni, he literally can't do anything to this Ursa. Like, you never stand and man fight a Ursa as a Jug. So it kind of puts him in a weird position where there's not a lot of people on the team that can kill this Ursa. And now he even has Aegis. So I'd like to see a smoke up and perhaps like a run them down. Probably at the maybe take the top tower or try and invade this side of the jungle. We already see Rufio making his way there. He has the BKB finish and is queuing up the Skull Basher. So that's going to be really annoying for the Monkey King to... sorry, the Jug to deal with.
So one thing I want to mention, because I think it kind of went under the radar in that fight before Roche. So Rufio gets his BKB, and before he casts ult, he gets his ult cancelled before he's able to get BKB off. And well, I'm just making sure that it's not a fight that's about to break up. They're smoking up to the high ground.
They see him though.
They
Okay, Slimate
totally
walks straight up, but a bit of miscommunication. Rufio manages to pop the BKB right now. He's in the middle of everyone, gets dismembered, but his BKB is popped. There's no damage going into him. The Omni does come out, but yeah.
Yeah, the Omni.
Oh, the hook away.
Terrible. He's making a lot of space here.
Meanwhile, where's Chio? Where's Chio throughout all of this? Lobbit still got to charge in. Oh, cancels and gets the Rubik. The toss back in, but here comes Chio. That's the big angry bear that you're not very happy about. But can he make any move? He still has his inhibit from the diffuser blade, but the Ghost Scepter TP out. Nothing much he can do about that. That is very nicely fought. A bit of miscommunication. I think right now the only thing stopping 4Anchors, honestly, from rather 1Anchor 4LostAtSea from dominating these fights is the chain of their skills, right? Because so many times we see the charge caster and the disruption caster. I think they really need to try and like figure out what is the flow that they want to have when they bump into someone. They walk straight up to Slaymate there, and they just use all these spells on him, and he just got away scot-free. Like, that's not something that's supposed to happen to a punch that just walks up to your entire team.
Yeah, and this is with, while Chio has an Aegis, they're able to take that fight. And he doesn't connect with the rest of his team during that fight either.
Yeah. I think his TP was on cooldown if I'm not wrong. But the charge coming through onto Kid Magic. There's no way he TPs out of this. They know he doesn't have an Omni Slash. Oh, but...
Oh, maybe he does. He doesn't get the bash.
No, doesn't get the bash and doesn't have the Nether Strike as well. And the steal in from... manages to get the overpower, doesn't really do much, but take a look at this hand of Midas slowly paying off for B, still keeping out in net worth, even though Kid Magic is a little far behind. This Rubik has had a pretty good game for himself. Almost to that Aghanim's just 2 components away right now. And very nice work from the Dire side. They are gonna spot. Yeah, actually look at this vision. Hey, they see Rufio jump out the trees. Can they do anything? Lift him up? It steals the Primal Spearing. Azrael pulls him in, but yeah, nothing he can do about this. Just channels the Wugo's command and kills this Lich easily. Chio gets hooked, but is that really what you want, my friend? Getting Spirit Breaker altered and Ink Swell and falls. They see Shadow Murk on the back and they know he doesn't have a blink. They see him on this wave. Can they do anything? He has blink in 3. He has blink in 2. He's gonna get out, but the charge, the stun. No, yeah, he manages to get... Oh, narrowly misses that Boundless Strike. Could have gotten killed. Meanwhile, Kid Magic doing exactly what he needs to do. Pushing in that mid lane because the tower pressure is inevitably going to come in top. This Aegis though, 10 seconds left to... This is definitely not the first Aegis that you would have wanted, you know, between losing that fight top. Yeah. But they do get the 2 supports, you know, over here. So that's that is something.
I think getting 1 tier 2 here is pretty valuable still.
Oh, okay. Wait, we didn't notice this, but Rufio actually jumps in, BKBs, and completely takes out the Rubik unaware. Maybe just didn't have any backup. But the Chain Frost coming in onto Rufio. That's very nicely done from him. Rufio getting pulled back in and Omni Slash, but doesn't really matter. Oh, but he actually uses the full Omni Slash onto this Monkey King again. But this could be their goal time to fight. The Junk doesn't have the Omni anymore, and you see them surging forward. Lobbit is nowhere to be seen though. It's not even bothering charging, actually farming the 2 lanes. And we see this scary thing happen where, you know, there's BKBs on Chio and there's a BKB on Rufio. The only thing you can really do is Omni to try and kill them, right? There isn't really much damage other than that. I think just now that Rubik kill, oh, they must have seen this smoke because at the way they're running right now, Chio runs into them. Is there going to be a hook? Blink forward, Shadow Murk takes the Illusion Rune, but nothing much is going to come from that smoke. And back to the point that I was making, there's nothing much that you can do. You kind of really need to commit the Omni Slash to take them down, but it's a trade you have to make. And it's gonna be really scary when this Monkey King gets even tankier with this Skadi that he's about to build. It's just gonna get harder and harder to kill him. Meanwhile, the Jug looks like he is going for the Basher, has it just finished up, coming out to him on the courier right now. This Mindbreaker could be huge for this Ursa though.
Yeah, I do really like the Mindbreaker. I'm a little like, I don't know if Basher gives him enough here.
Maybe he's trying to go for like the Basher, like the Shard build, so he can spin and bash. Yeah,
Okay,
steal, bulldoze is the steal. Pretty good steal overall, but that's the weakness of Rubik, right? Because you can dominate the early game by stealing spells and like just dancing all over your opponents, but once they have the BKBs, they can just jump on top of you, and you didn't really build any survivability, right? You're going straight for the Aghanim's. There's not much that can save you from that.
And this is one of the classic Aghanim Scepters. You don't really see Ags like this anymore that just upgrade the ult.
Yeah.
In just a very basic way. Decrease cooldown, increase cast range, and gives the scepter. This is
Okay.
I mean, this has basically been the same forever.
Yeah, but if there's one thing that we gotta say though, ooh, thank you, Dota Dad Shade, for subscribing. I missed it. Give me a second.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
trying to think of what the move is for anchors right now.
Okay, I gotta say though, like I don't really like this Aghanim's upgrade as a rule of thumb. I feel like there's a lot more useful items that you can get, but but B has shown that like in the early fights especially, he can make a huge impact with multiple stolen spells. So I'm really gonna be looking for them to make a move here. I think they're definitely gonna smoke out, and here it is. They're gonna try and make a move into this bottom jungle, which is where they think No Limit is at, and it's exactly where they are. This Punch actually rushing a Shiva's guard, and he's gonna be the one caught broken on with the banish, and yeah, they're just gonna leave him for dead here most likely. The steal, Shadow Poison, but immediately in on the beat, he's gonna fall immediately. Chio just finds him and kills him. And and this is gonna be disastrous. Nice leash from Nico kneecaps. Kid Magic gonna fall as well. Can't even get any of the Omni Slashes off Nico. Doesn't even fall to Shadow Murk. The blast rate goes off, but immediately the disruption and Chio Lestrange, just absolute monster right now, crushing the side of No Limit, showing them we are not going down without a fight. Doesn't matter that we had such a terrible or like such a rough first game. Doesn't matter that the rest of my team didn't really have the best start that they want. I'm gonna put the team on my back and I'm gonna just knock you out. B just had such a successful early game, just being able to have the freedom of standing back and casting whatever spells you want, but with this Blink Dagger pickup from Chio, just hopping right on top of him and slashing him to bits.
And although it might not seem like the Monkey King is doing a lot, this Wukong's command is actually doing so much to kind of zone
Absolutely.
Radiant out of the fights.
The thing is, like, the thing that we mentioned about Rubik and Lich that we talked about as a support combo is that they don't like it when you get run at, but another alternative to running is just area zone, right? These heroes want to cast spells from range. If you put down the Wukong's command, it's just a whole area they can't walk into. Even though this is a mid Rubik with almost 11k net worth, he doesn't have the items to facilitate him being there, and just like that, they're gonna take two tier 2 towers. Just like in one fell swoop.
Does open up Rush for them in this case, because I still don't think after that fight it doesn't seem like they can fight into
yeah, I'm so surprised that this ward has lived the entirety of its lifespan. Like, how is it still there? But yeah, it looks like they're gonna gear up for Roche here. It's gonna respawn in 25 seconds, so that is perfect for them. I don't think they need to, isn't it the Ursa for sure? Okay, the Ursa already bought shard. The Shadow Demon also bought the shard. Maybe this one is planning all along the Demonic Purge to purge the allies and continuously heal them. A really nice boost for Rufio or the Ursa as well. Actually, a really underrated skill.
Could actually be a good
yeah, for sure. But does he doesn't have it. Yeah, it's really, really strong. Yeah, Grimstroke even has his Inkswell as well. Yeah, so they have a really, really nice lineup, right? It's what we're talking about. This Grimstroke enables his carries in a very straightforward way, and now with the Aghanim Shard Inkswell as well, healing them and giving them more move speed. But okay. Is he going in? He's gonna jump. Oh, he doesn't land the jump in time actually, but I hope. And Nico is gonna fall for this time. Yeah, a bit of a mistake there from Nico, walking a bit too far forward against the
he's making space for Roche. They just get Roche for free.
Absolutely. Chio is more than happy. He's like, yeah, y'all just do what you want. I'm gonna be right there with you, homies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they have another shard, but maybe they give it to Monkey King. But most likely, I think it's gonna go to this Spirit Breaker, right?
Yeah, I don't think the mischief is what you need this game.
Interesting that the Spirit Breaker isn't opting for a BKB. He's going for a S and Y, which is very
He's
Chad.
chatting
Lorbit
up,
just
yeah.
does not care. Like, yeah, really cool stuff from him. Definitely not a solid early game, but we're seeing him now. He really knows how to get these fights going, right? Maybe his strength as a player is just in the mid game with all these team fights.
Yeah, and B and Crimson, if they get targeted by the Spirit Breaker, that it's looking
dead.
very
Like,
likely.
yeah, like you just die.
Especially
even-
with that shard upgrade.
Yo, I even argue to say, right, that this Punch or like this Shadow Murk Tiny, if you get red knight by the Spirit Breaker, you can't actually stand and fight him.
Yeah.
He's so strong right now at level 18 and with his Yasha, Aghanims, Echo Saber. Like the bashes are just way too much for this Tiny to handle right now, even with the Blast Ray. Let's take a quick look at the items real quick. B has finally finished his Aghanims. We're gonna have to see what he goes for afterwards. It looks like it's a Kaya. I don't really like this double down onto the spellcasting build, but obviously he knows something I don't. Kid Magic in the meanwhile looks like he might be going for that Butterfly with the quarterstaff in inventory. Slaymate has been trying to get this Shivas for the longest time. Meanwhile, Lich is just trying to finish up that 4 staff, and we're not really sure what. Okay, Rufio. Oh,
he
actually gets
Rufio.
clipped, but the BKB immediately. Is he gonna survive here? No, they're not even gonna commit the Omni Slash for him. No way, he's gonna get out.
So much time. He has
Yeah,
so much time for
and
them
in
to
comes
get in.
Chio. Ezreal falls. Is he gonna commit the Omni
Yeah,
Slash? He
he's
has
gonna have to
to.
Omni
Rufio's
Slash,
gonna
yeah.
die, but it doesn't really matter because the rest of his team is just getting cleaned up. Slaymate pops to the Ink Spell, and they still see Kid Magic here. He doesn't have a spin. Rokomon is on his tail right now. Puts up the healing ward, but he just gets completely melted from Chio with this double damage rune and just completely decimates
so
the
good.
back end. Ezreal forced to buy back. That was so good. Actually, the rest, you notice nobody else actually died. It was just the Lich who had to buy back. But the Chain Frost coming out, getting charged immediately. And this is what we talked about. Lorbit just completely unkillable. Shadow Murk doesn't manage to get the toss back. But Chio immediately pops that Satanic and heals back
Yeah.
up. Stolen, overpowered. That's not what you want. And bam, there goes the Lich. That's a dieback. Blinks forward. B doesn't have any defensive items again. Shadow Murk tosses him back. That's his defensive item right there. It's good as a 4-staff. Lorbit charges in. And oh, this could be really significant. Lorbit's gonna fall here. Ah, yes, and he falls for his troubles, but B with showing why he bought that Aghanim Scepter with the quick steals. Well played, Rubric. Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, but he's been doing this so often, and Chio getting a bit low here. The Aegis is gonna fall. He has his BKB up.
It's Satanic.
He has Rokomon backing him up. And
Yeah.
instantly
And he's gonna
onto
go
this.
in.
B just falls, doesn't have the buyback. Blast Rig pops, but immediately banished. Chio, he has free reign in this fight. He doesn't need to care anymore. Pressing BKB.
Shadowmark going
The
down.
Shadow Poison pop that did so much damage. The buyback from Shadow Murks. Kid Magic is up, but he doesn't have the Omni. What can he do? Is there a hook from Slaymate? Does he even want to make it happen? He has to be so scared of this bear. Gets one
The
of
rest
the
of the
creeps.
team's coming in on the back though. Rufio's back in this fight.
Yeah, Chio getting tossed up. Shadow Murk still has the Satanic to work with right now. Getting stunned. Where's the banish? There it is. Saves his Ursa. Now he has complete room to make this Satanic work. And the Enraged, the Satanic, there's no hope for Slaymate. Now getting bound up by the Grimstroke. Nico Knee back with it. And this is just going to be a tower.
This is the Chio show.
Yeah, this is the Chio show for sure. What a sick performance from him this entire game, showing perfect discipline in using both his Enrage and his Satanic and his BKB, never getting caught off, not even a single time. Has 0 deaths to his name, 1806. This has to be a standout star player performance from him.
Yeah, this is the MVP. For
Yeah,
sure.
without a doubt. We talked about him in game 1 on his signature Kunkka as well, but he's really putting on a show. You know, this time it was him on this safe lane and Rufio on the mid, but in reality he was really playing more of a mid as we see Lorbit going in completely without fear as well. Ezreal gonna be feeling the pain of that. You know, he's gonna be rubbing his ass after that with the amount of times he's been charged in the ass. But yeah, the knock again from Lorbit just doesn't care, just keeps going. The blink back just to scare them. That kind of got me on my toes a little bit, not gonna lie. But yeah,
I'm
just
trying to get a pick up, but then it misses.
and
this- this
another
hook.
charge forward. In comes Chio. In comes the BKB from
Crimson's dead?
Rufio. Yeah, Crimson's
Crimson's
just
dead?
deceased. Chio is dead. There's a buyback on jump, but he doesn't want to use it. Meanwhile, Lorbit still charging into the Shadow Mark. Nothing much he can do this game. Falls
Tiny
as
is dead.
well. Very, very nicely played. We talked about how, you know, we weren't so sure what this Shadow Demon was gonna do, but he's just that extra bit of help in the fights that Chio needs.
Yeah.
They don't really have any way of jumping him with the way that Shadow Murk's game has gone, and Rokomon just has had a free game this entire time. We saw him on that Winter Wyvern, on that saving support again, putting out a standout performance. This time not threatened at all. We can see what he does.
And I really do think putting the Monkey King mid was so smart this game because they recognize like he might not play mid typically, but his lane is going to be really easy
Okay.
no matter what.
The Omni Slash forced out onto Nico and his illusion doesn't even kill him. Banish saves him. Kid Magic gonna get charged and completely
This is
decimated. Bot back. It's gonna be GG as real. One last Chain Frost for the road. Gets hooked into tower. Doesn't even matter. Yes, it might. It might. Chio gonna. Oh, Chio gonna fall here, but are we gonna see a buyback or just a respect?
I
Okay,
think
lift up backwards. Nico gonna fall. Push back with the psychic headband, the most useless item in the game according to 4beats. But Lobby Anchor getting hit away. Oh, nice stroke of fate from B, showing why he went for this heavy spell casting build. Holds on just for now. They have 1 Rex to their name, and there's still fight in them yet. Once this butterfly comes up, it could be a lot harder for this Juggernaut to die because Ursa not really want to build MKB, but we see in his quick buy, it's gonna be the Abyssal. That's gonna be very scary for this Jug to deal with.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised they don't go for the full buyback there because they know that the Jug doesn't have it.
Right.
But maybe they think it's just throwing if you.
Yeah, they don't want to force the issue, right? This is basically a win in their book. 27k up. There's no reason to give them a window of opportunity to win because the one way you win is if the Ursa died back and you just Omni Slash the Monkey King, and that's GG, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it time and time again. It's really just the Jug problem, right? As much as you can have these nice Omni Slashers, it takes so long for Jug to actually become a threat when it comes to like just right-clicking and man-fighting. And we still see, even to this point, he can't actually stand up against Chio. Interesting that Chio still chooses to hold on to Nether Shaw, even though, wait, let's check his neutrals. He has, yeah, he's opted to give the Titan Sliver over to this Monkey King instead, and instead of the Mindbreaker, decides that the magic resist is way more important for him. Now with a Leveler and a Witchbane, Witchbane could be pretty good. Meanwhile, for tier 4s, this Stormcrafter is going to be really useful for B to work with. Not sure whether he's going to forgo that for the Psychic Headband though.
That this Ursa is a Dota Plus subscriber.
Yeah.
Recognizing, looking at the top left and saying, I'm getting all this med damage. It's all
Oh,
magic damage.
I heard an Abyssal, and Kid Magic is gone! That's your carry, he has no buyback.
Wow.
That's
gonna
that
make
was
this
just-
defense very, very hard.
That
They
must
can
have
just run
been
down mid here.
that must have been as soon as he respawned, he saw the Kid Magic jump at bot,
he's
TP'd
going,
into the shrine, and then
oh.
just Abyssal, yeah, lobby it, man, doesn't care. Even gets the Yules, just dodge out the Omni Slash, very smart purchase here, even adds up a bit of his, even gives him just that nice bit of movement speed that he wants. But Chio marching in now, has his eyes set on the last remaining ranks. What can they do without their Jug? They still have a lot of long range spells with this Stroke of Fate, Aghanim Scepter. But Lobby, he's in on this Rubik. Can they save him? No, they can't. Yeah, and Chio has already ripped the punch to shreds. A buyback immediately onto B with this Ghost Scepter. He's gonna keep himself alive for now. Lobby charging back in onto this Lich, gets tossed up, but Rufio gonna get hooked. B still staying alive for now with that Solemn Bulldoze. Banished to stop that Dismember out from stopping Rufio from popping his out. Finally does it. Slaymate is gonna fall again. Nico trying to look for Rubik, but he has already gone back into base. Shadow Milk trying to find the toss, can't find it. Too many illusions. Chio gonna rip him up for his troubles. Can he? No, they don't throw. Eyes on the prize. Lob it back into a bit of a Shadow Milk.
Maybe not.
The Banish
Maybe
to
the
save
prize
him.
is the fountain.
Yeah, B in the Abyssal. Wait.
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
Never mind. We're like, oh, wait, no. What a game! What a comeback from 1Anchor, 4LostAtSea.
They strike back.
After that game one, honestly, really looked so like.
They took
Okay.
their game plan.
Yeah.
They said we're gonna take your game plan and we're gonna you're not even gonna have a chance.
No, I gotta say, that was really smart drafting from them because it all comes together in the end, right? It was clear from the start, they knew their timing, they recognized we see this lineup with a Rubik Punch Lich, and a Jug. You aren't gonna do anything to our Ursa and Monkey King once we have our BKBs. And they play for that timing. We see Chio making space with his making immense space with his diffuser blade, and then the whole while Rufio's just farming up that BKB as soon as he can. He basically it sounds understated, right? GG's guys. Interviews. captain interviews in Discord? Question mark. Yeah, but it seems like Rufio, he's just tanking Omni Slashes, right? And then but like that's so fine for him because he lays down the Wukong's command, and basically if you don't Omni Slash him, the rest of your team can't even fight. And that's against and then we see like this Jug like running miles away just to try and kill the Monkey King, right? And then meanwhile Chio's just ripping his team apart because like what other threat do you have against this crazy bear, right?
Yeah, for sure. The Jug, like the Monkey King was just putting such a wrench in Jug's plans, like this whole game.
Yeah.
There was one fight earlier where Jug is fighting with the it was top lane where Jug is fighting with the Ursa, and the rest of the team can't connect to support their Jug because he's just zoning them. He's zoning the rest of the team with his Wukong's command. So whether the Jug is on top of Rufio or Rufio's like away from Jug, it's still a problem.
I'm not really sure, honestly, at the end of the day about this Rubik pick, but I guess we can talk to the captains about them because we have them in an interview. Let's hop over to the casters channel. I'll meet you there.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello, stranger.
Hello, my friend. I understand that you are 17 and Australian.
Yes.
Okay, very nice. Nice to meet you guys. My name is Mike or Perma Sneeze, I guess. We just got done casting a game, and man, what a back-to-back like banger of a series that was. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the games, man. The first game was so insane, and then the second one really a statement game, coming back to even it out 1-1. So first of all, want to ask you guys. You guys both had stand-ins coming in game 2. Do you guys feel like that affected your game plan at all? Is that something you guys had planned for, like practicing the stand-in, or did this really kind of toss you all up?
Bear, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, sure, I'll go first. Yeah, we have 6 players, so it just.
Oh, okay. So it's just a bit of a rotation.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, both of us have 6 players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
So what? Nico is actually just your 6th player. Like it's not that big of a
Yeah.
deal that you guys had to play with a sub this time.
Mhm.
Okay. Word. How about actually? I realized I missed this out. But how about you guys introduce yourselves and your teams for anyone who might not know about you guys?
Okay, I'll let you go first, Chio.
Look, give me a moment to think about this. I prefer you go first.
Okay, well, I'm Bea. I've been around for a couple of leagues now, but yeah, some people know me from in-houses. I guested on the podcast a couple times, and this one in the Force Spirit, but I think most people in the community know who I am.
Right.
But yeah, for those that don't know, I'm the captain of No Limits, and yeah,
Tell me a bit about your team.
About my team. We're mostly like 30-year-olds, mid-30s. We've been playing for a long time together, but it's only been recently, like the last 2 years, that since COVID hit, that
Right.
yeah, my high school friends started getting back into Dota. But yeah, so we've been we played in the last We Like Dota League, and they've been getting better, and we've been trying to work on some team play stuff,
Right.
but yeah,
Nothing.
work in progress.
Yeah, I mean, nothing better than getting to play back again with your high school friends, right? I'm sure that brings back quite a lot of memories, and now it's sometimes it's a bit tough to play with IRL friends because maybe the expectations are not the same, right? Some people just want to chill, maybe some people want to try out a bit, but like everybody working together on the same page. I'm glad to see that it's worked out for you guys. You guys had a really solid game 1, and yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys can bring forward. Let's hear from Chio. Could you introduce yourself and your team?
Yeah, hi. I'm Cheer. I'm the captain of 1Anchor and 4LostAtSea. We named ourselves that way because Lorbid is our anchor 3 position, and everybody else flexes roles. We thought it would be
Right.
fun.
Right.
and that's
Okay.
cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
very nice. So yeah, we saw that we actually we were wondering, we were like, oh, maybe Rufio's the carry player, and then because we were talking about it in that game number 2 where Rufio kind of assumed a bit more of a farm heavy role while you were around making space on the map. I guess we were like thinking, oh, maybe he's just like playing mid from the safe lane, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Beats, do you have any questions for them with regards to the games?
I guess I want to hit game 2 for Chio. First of all,
Yeah.
monster performance in that game.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
absolutely
Yeah,
insane. But I was curious, in the draft, did you feel like you got kind of exactly what you wanted there? It looked like you had a very set game plan going into that game.
Oh, sorry, is my mic working? Oh, it is now. I think out of the draft, we kind of got exactly what we wanted. Like the first picks were fine, and then Viker Ronda, our Shadow Demon, was like, oh, it's a really good Ursa game. And we were tossing it up between Ursa and Slark, and we went for the Ursa, and it like completely rolled. So
Yeah.
pretty happy.
In
Credit to him
that
for
same vein, I'm curious what Bielek, you thought having to go up against kind of the draft that you had just went with. Maybe not the exact draft, but the same game plan. Like they just want to run at you, and that was the strategy you had in game 1. That was very, very successful. I was curious what you thought seeing like the Spear Breaker pick come out and kind of these like very aggressive heroes come out in game 2.
Oh yeah. So if you look at our game logs, we also played in the Yield Raven League, but that plus the last year's We Like Dota League, we also like this style of draft, like Spirit Breaker, Ursa,
Yeah.
Grimstroke, Monkey King, yeah, etc. But yeah, like right when they picked the Grimstroke, and first we thought it was, oh, it's a nice Lich what do you call it? A Lich counterbank, since they counterpick, right?
Yeah, like a block.
But yeah, block pick, yeah, that's the word. Um, but yeah, we usually do that Grimstroke Ursa style, pairing too, and yeah, we immediately thought, hey, it's gonna be a run at you lineup. But yeah, I guess we're not very playing against it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it was
It's
good.
it's a hard draft to play against. Like
I mean, most
think
of the time
yeah,
you're
for
on
sure.
Soul was like, yeah.
most of the time you're not on the
It's
receiving
very like
end.
snowbally.
Yeah, you're not on the receiving end of being run at. So now it's like role reversal, right?
Right, exactly.
Oh.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I do want to ask though, because we were so sure that all along we were so sure that this patch would be some sort of a core, and you guys last picked the Tiny. Could I maybe pick your brains a bit? At that point your draft was Lich, Jug, Patch, and Rubik, and then you guys last picked the Tiny. So we're like, oh okay, maybe they're like trying to play that mid and like use that to counter tempo. What was the game plan going for a mid Rubik instead? Because that kind of shocked us a bit.
Oh, it, honestly, there wasn't really a game plan, to be honest, for game 2.
Right.
So, the way we do it sometimes is that if my team does what I ask them to in game 1, then I kind of allow them to, goof off, and we get to
damn.
play heroes that we
Alright.
want in game 2.
Work hard,
If
play
that makes
hard, huh? Like you just
You get the W.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of, and
Yeah.
I say that, but they'll probably be like, "Oh, this guy's lying." Cause
It's
he
like
gets
the-
to play the Rubik.
Yeah, right. It's like you're saying that like you're like Taskmaster or some shit, but you're the guy who got to play mid Rubik. So like, who's winning?
Yeah. I mean, I thought we had we could. I think if we defended a little better, then maybe we could have did something, but it didn't work out this time.
Right.
But yeah.
Before I toss it back over to Beat, so is it right to say that Shadow Mud was just like, yo, give me Tiny, and then you're just like, yes sir.
Yeah, well actually like he said during the game that he wanted me to play Tiny, but I thought I heard him say like, hey, I want Tiny. Yeah, so I
Right.
picked it, so
A little unfortunate, but it's okay. We
yeah.
move.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
Beats.
okay.
What do you have?
Okay, so the question I wanted to ask both captains is, so this has kind of been a thread in all of the We Like Dota games, is
Mhm.
the carries are just targeted in the draft super, super hard. In both those games, like there was so many carries were banned out. Did that make the drafting like very, very difficult, especially in that second game, like I'm curious if the Juggernaut was exactly what you wanted there. If there was like another pick you were kind of looking for that got taken away from you.
Oh, on our side, I'll be honest, we were gonna pick the Juggernaut regardless because yeah, that's what Kid Magic wanted to play. So I just gave him the Juggernaut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does the in both games, even in game 1-2 for both captains here, does that actually does that make the drafting a little more frustrating though? Like when you're like going through it and your last pick is going to be like a carry or a mid, and then you just look at the hero pool and there's like 1 or 2 left that you can pick from.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating because normally you want like your last pick to have like a really, really large impact, but when the hero pool gets pinched that much, like we wanted an illusion core, and the best illusion core we had there was Chaos Knight, which is it's not going to offer that much scaling. So definitely frustrating to have the hero pool pinched so hard.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we were actually targeting the. We knew that. Where I kind of thought that maybe they would pick a illusion core in the first game, and
Yeah, there was the PL ban, right?
Yeah.
PL and Naga Siren as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
I have to ask. Midas, Yasha, Maelstrom, Gleipnir, Swift Blink on Faceless Void position 1. Mister, what is going through that mad mind of yours?
I actually haven't played too much Dota like recently. Or like I've taken a break, so
Right.
Yeah, I had like, oh, I want to go Midas, but wait, it's like, I didn't really have a good build.
Yeah, I mean, you managed to go Midas
No.
on 2 games, so feels good, man.
Yeah, it feels good. That's Midas game.
Yeah, very nice.
got
That
all
build
that gold
definitely,
there.
that build definitely had us scratching our heads a little bit, but like the Gleipnir, like just holding Chio down
I
on
thought
counter
I thought the Gleipnir
Yeah,
did okay.
it ended
it
up
was
being
okay.
really-
Micro was really strong.
Yeah, we were like just theory crafting that like, oh, it's a pretty unique build also because